So good to be here. As it's been mentioned, this is a stop. When we get invited to come to this location as a coach, you're jumping on it. Because the passion in this room, the support that you give is unbelievable. And we all share something, most everyone in this room, we share something very in common. IU is very special to us as alums. Most of them in the room are. And because of that, and through your support, the experience that our student athletes are able to have, I think, is an experience of a lifetime, and using my own past experience. And you are the ones in this room, along with so many, that are investing in that experience for our student athletes. And it comes in a lot of ways. And the simplest way is being down on spring break, walking on the beach, and I have an IU shirt on, and you hear some random student yell, "Go IU!" They don't even know who they are, they don't know who I am. And everyone stops and listens, and there's a sense of pride at that moment. It's you showing up and filling Assembly Hall and making it the most incredible place to watch college basketball. It's you showing up at Bill Armstrong Stadium and helping us set again a new attendance record last season. It's you giving the generous donations that you give that go so far. So there's so many ways that you all are investing in our student athletes to have an unbelievable experience during their time at IU. And we want to thank you for that. The 2014 season is just around the corner. A bit scary, exciting, and as we prepare, we look back a bit of the group that just left us, the group that came in with me to Indiana, a big group. There was 13, and as Don mentioned, they were able to accomplish a lot on and off the field. Very proud of. And besides holding an academic team GPA of nearly a 3.1 to a 3.4 throughout different semesters, they, what I call, were able to accomplish the Big Four. They won a conference regular season title, they won a postseason Big Ten title, they competed in the Final Four, and they won a national championship. Check all the boxes. That group did well. And with that, the young players understand what we call by leaving your mark on the program. This is a heralded program, one deep with tradition and success. And these young players now got to see what this group that is now leaving us, 5 of our starting 11, that now are departing. And we have some young ones that have been waiting for that opportunity. One particular, just down the road, Richard Ballard, John and Debbie are here tonight. Mother and father is going to be one of those, along with many. They're going to be fighting to put their mark. We have our biggest class since I arrived. We knew that this group was going to be a big part, so we brought in 9 incomers. Those incomers are going to have a big role. And I've said this before, there's really the anticipation that you have in our sport, because we don't get to work with our incomers until the preseason begins. So we see them in the recruiting trail, but we don't have any contact with them until August 13th. And August 13th, I can tell you, that is the equivalent of Christmas morning. Now, I see some kids in here, and I have 3 boys. And I can, 10 years old was like the Christmas dream age. You're down there, and my mom was pretty on top of an organized Santa. So she had the present on the tree for a while. And I would go down there, I'd look, I'd shake it, I'd look at it, anticipate what's in the big one, what's in the small one. And that's really what we're doing. We're anticipating what this group is going to have. And we cannot wait to unwrap this on August 13th. And our hope certainly is one of those small presents that we unwrap. We weren't quite sure where they were going to be, is going to be the jewel of the group. And inevitably that happens. And I know I can speak for all the coaches, That's a really cool thing when the one you didn't expect is one of your future stars. So a big task for this group coming in next year. We arguably have the toughest schedule in college soccer. Our Big Ten conference is 1 or 2 in RPI every year. To put in perspective for our program, the way we schedule, if you take the top, the last 10 years, and you take the RPIs of all Division I college soccer, and you rank them based on their final finish, we would finish number 2 in final RPI. So it says we're playing good teams and we're winning big games. The team that's won is Maryland, our friend coming in the Big Ten. So we're gonna have some good fights in the backyard with our brother Maryland coming next year. But we're certainly excited. This group is talented, they're ready. They know the task in front of them is a large one. As Kurt mentioned, we are fortunate to have a really great environment. That starts with Fred and Scott, the senior staff, all the way down through all the units. We are supported. And the coaches support one another, just as the student athletes support one another. And there's many times in this basketball-rich state that I'll have a young man that comes through, I can tell he's a big IU basketball fan, and maybe the parents even more so. So I'll call Tom, I say, Tom, you got time? I know he doesn't have time, but I still call. And I said, can you meet with this prospect? And you would think it becomes his recruit. And he says, yes, what are we gonna do? What's the situation? And next thing you know, after this meeting, I think we got a commitment pretty quick. But that's the support, and any of us that would call one another feel that we would help one another with any recruiting and help our programs. And that's what it's all about. It's the investment that all of you give as well. That's what makes Indiana special, is that everyone cares so much for what one another is doing. And I'm just fortunate. I want to give Fred, again, leadership from the top. He says that he'll get you things when you need it, and he does. So Fred, great job with everything you're doing for our department. And lastly, I just again want to thank you for investing in the experience that I feel is the top experience that any student athlete could have in this country. And all of you are the reason that this makes it a special place, and will continue to make IU a special school, a special athletic department. And the days ahead are very bright for all the athletic programs. I'm just excited to be the caretaker for men's soccer, to continue to carry the torch of a very storied program. And again, thank you for everything you do. Go IU.